We have a big weekend of football coming up. We are heading to Philadelphia. This is the third time this season that we're going on the road for a Sunday. We're always there for the first game of the regular season and a playoff game and the Super Bowl, which, by the way, we are televising this year. But we were in Dallas week 4. We were in Pittsburgh a few weeks ago, and we're going to be going to Philadelphia this weekend for one of the big games of the week. The biggest It is one of the biggest games of the week, but I'm not going to give short shrift to the other game we're going to talk about. Because that game, which is regionally televised at 4:05 p.m. Eastern, which is just bonkers to me, that's a big game too. But Lions at the Eagles, 7-3 Lions, 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Since 2022, Detroit and Philadelphia are the only NFC teams with 40 or more wins. Detroit has 42, Philly has 46. Nick Sirianni is 10-0 all-time against the NFC North. And I saw something yesterday about Sirianni's all-time win percentage. It's like up among the best ever.
Right.
Unbelievable, the success he's had with a very talented team. And he doesn't get much credit for the performance of the team because the team is widely viewed as being so ridiculously talented.
Yeah.
And at some point, Sirianni is going to get the credit for being captain of this ship that from time to time doesn't want to sail in the right direction, but still ends up where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it, right? Hey, listen, there's a lot of coaches out there that don't want to coach a team that's all that talented and then have all the expectations that come along with it. There's a lot, right? You got people like me going, wait, there's more to be had. That offense should be better. Everybody could talk about, hey, they should win. They're an all-star team. There is pressure in that. So that's where Nick Sirianni and his gritty toughness and his, F you, we're going to show you and all that, I think comes in really handy for their football team, their city, and all of that. But, the Eagles versus the Lions, all right, the Rams versus the Seahawks at 4:05, like you talked about. We've had this talk on the podcast last week. We've had it a lot lately. These are 4 teams that can go to the Super Bowl. Either one of these games could be an NFC championship game. Cross-pollinate. They could be NFC championship games too. I think we both think the Bucs could be that team when they're totally healthy. I think we both think the Packers have the potential to be there, but they're not playing to that capacity. And that's what makes the NFC awesome, because it's 6 teams where you go, 6 teams that we're going to say they can go to the Super Bowl this year? That's rare. All right, so let's play a little game, though, right off the bat. All right, a little game for you. All right, I'm not going to ask you, who's going to win Lions-Eagles or anything like that, but who do you take in a Lions-Rams matchup right now where you sit here? And just off the top of your head, if Lions-Rams played today, who'd you taken?
Where are they playing?
That's a good question. All right, so you're saying that's the factor. That's it. Like you're saying, if it's in L.A., are you going to go with the Rams or are you going to still take Detroit?
I give the Rams a better chance in L.A., although the Rams the Lions just lost to the Vikings not that long ago. I just think the Lions got caught flat-footed that day, and it sparked the change in play calling. But I think the Rams would have a better shot at home. Haven't we seen the Rams go to Detroit how many times now?
Twice and lose close ones. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think at SoFi Stadium, I'd feel better about the Rams, but it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up between the two.
Okay.
Right,
all right. So there's that matchup. Rams-Eagles, are you same thing? Are you going where's the game at? That's how I'm gonna pick it. Right? It's that close.
No. I think right now the Rams would win.
Okay.
We've seen the Rams come close twice, and they had the game won back in week 3. I think right now, if they played where things are right now, because the Eagles' offense is back to, I don't know what it is, and they don't either. And they still won that game the other night.
Right.
Because the Packers' offense all of a sudden is, I don't know what it is, and they don't either.
Right.
That's what Monday night's game was. Neither team had an offensive identity. Neither team had an apparent plan. It was just random play generator from both teams until Nick Sirianni decided to go for it on 4th and 6 with 30-some seconds left and do the go ball that was underthrown to A.J. Brown to deliver the dagger. That was the only time it felt like they had a plan in any of the plays that were called the entire night other than the tush pushes that they ran. So right now I'd feel better about the Rams than the Eagles.
Okay, all right. So then you go Lions-Seahawks. That could be a possibility, right? Where you feel there? Is it home field, right? What's your thought there?
Well, the year that the Lions declared themselves and made it to the NFC Championship, the Seahawks won in a barn burner.
Seahawks
in
match
Detroit.
up with them. Right.
And last year, didn't they have a close game last year, too? Wasn't it a primetime game last year where the Lions won, but the Seahawks don't shrink in the face of that challenge? I'd give the Seahawks a better edge in Detroit than at home because they're so much better away from home than they are in that stadium that used to be a place where they never lost. Yeah,
okay, all right. So that's my point there, And then, okay, what else? Other I'm missing Eagles Seahawks. You're going to use the same logic there with the Eagles offense and all that, and the Seahawks and where they're at, or you don't believe in the Seahawks battle-testedness yet? No,
I do. I do believe in the Seahawks right now. Look, I mean, maybe we should be going to L.A. this week and not Philly. Maybe Seahawks Rams is a better. Maybe those two teams are more viable contenders, and
they're hot
it could be shaping up that Seahawks Rams are like Vikings Lions last year. They don't play in Week 18. Seahawks play the 49ers, and the Rams play the Cardinals. It's always divisional, but it's not those two teams. But it may come down to the final week of the season with one of them being the 1 seed and the other one being the 5 seed.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to bring it up, right? I mean, that's what's crazy about this year. That's what's awesome about this weekend and these two matchups. I mean, this is why they're big. They're big because you hemmed and hawed twice there going, where's the game at? And this is the weekend that could all provide those details. That's what it could all come down to. The tiebreakers there. Oh, gosh, yeah. The Lions beat the Eagles in Week 11. The Eagles got to go up there for the NFC Championship game. The Lions are the number 1 seed, whatever. But, that's what I think is great about this weekend. So, yeah, and of course, the Rams and the Seahawks being in the same division, we know we're going to see it one more time. But regardless, I think it's just it tells you about the clash of the Titans here with these 4 teams who, I'm like you. I view all 4 of them and go, they could go to the Super Bowl. People are sleeping on the Seahawks. They're the real deal. And I think everybody knows the Rams, Lions, and Eagles are real, too.
I think people are waking up to the fact that the Seahawks are the real deal. I don't know that they're regarded as a top team, and I've got a lot of Seahawks fans upset with me because they're only number 6 in the power rankings. Like, before the season, they would have been thrilled to be in the top 10. And this is a chance for them because they're playing the number 1 team on the road this weekend. They beat the Rams. They're going to go up because the Rams are currently number 1. So I believe in the Rams. I think the Rams have it going. Their defense is incredible. Their offense is very good. They've got some great players. They still have an incredible quarterback, the guy who should be the MVP favorite, not Drake May, but the betting trends is what determines that. But I think between the two right now, if I were casting my ballot, and I know that the AP gets nervous when we start talking about who we may vote for because, it's all tied up in gambling now. And you and I, are you doing it again? You're doing it again.
Yeah,
we're voters.
Right.
But right now, I mean, I'd give the edge to Matthew Stafford.
I would too. I'm with you there.
It's close. Yeah, it's close. But Stafford's been phenomenal. 19 touchdown passes and no picks the last 3 weeks. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, look, those are the 4 best teams right now in the conference. There are other teams that are in position to do something about it, but let's focus on those 4 teams because that's really the message. These are the 4 best teams in the NFC that are playing this weekend. One game starts at 4:05. The night game starts at 8:20. We'll be there at 7 o'clock Eastern on NBC and Peacock for Football Night in America. So Lions at the Eagles. There you see the current odds to be the NFC champion, and people are awake to the reality that those are the 4 teams.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 teams. And then there's a drop down to the Packers, the Buccaneers, and the 49ers. But in Philadelphia, we'll be looking for Dan Campbell wearing his glasses because that's the telltale sign that he's calling the plays.